Strange is the day when the smallest moment changes everything. A sound, a breath, a passing thought, and suddenly awareness awakens like a bell struck in the silence. On September 5th, chosen one, you may expect surprises outside, but the greatest surprise waits within you. The Shaolin path teaches that the world is not hidden. It is we who are asleep. A leaf falling, the rhythm of your breath, the pause between words. These are not small things. They are doors. To walk as a disciple of wisdom means to see what others overlook. The true shock is not in thunder, but in the quiet truth rising from ordinary life. In this video, you will step into teachings rarely spoken. Why silence is not emptiness, but strength. Why balance in food, thought, and action guards you against extremes that drain power. Why your fiercest enemy is not the one before you, but the restless mind inside. These are lessons carved into the Shaolin way, passed through centuries, tested in sweat and stillness. Stay with me until the end, for each step will reveal how September 5th is not just a date, but a mirror for your soul. By the close of this day, the way you breathe, the way you move, the way you meet the unexpected may never be the same. Welcome, chosen one, to Shaolin Soulfire. This is the place where ancient wisdom meets your daily path. Walk with us, subscribe, and carry this fire forward. The way you rise is the way you walk through the day. When the first light touches the earth, it tests you without a word. Do you open your eyes with purpose, or do you turn away and sink deeper into the comfort of sleep? This moment is a mirror, chosen one. It shows whether you are master of the morning or prisoner of habit. In the Shaolin way, dawn is sacred. The body stands, the breath steadies, and silence greets the mind before the world begins its noise. A monk does not rush into the day. He bows first to discipline, for discipline shapes destiny. He stretches, breathes, and allows the stillness to sharpen his focus. Ritual is not routine. It is training the spirit to walk awake. Many think the battle of the day comes later, in the tasks, the meetings, the struggles. But the first battle is here, when sleep calls you back, when laziness whispers comfort. If you rise in that moment with clarity, you have already won half the day. If you fall back into distraction, then even the strongest effort later cannot erase the weakness of a scattered beginning. To treat the morning as sacred means to treat your life as sacred. You cleanse the mind of yesterday's dust. You step into the new day as if stepping onto a fresh path. Each breath, each movement carries the weight of intention. The sun rises for all, but not all rise with the sun. The chosen one answers that call, and in doing so shapes the unseen currents of the entire day. When the path ahead is unclear, the first step is not to move outward but inward. The breath becomes the compass, steady and silent, pointing the way when the mind is restless. In Shaolin practice, the breath is more than air filling the lungs. It is the thread that ties body and spirit into one. Uncertainty often arrives with weight. The chest tightens, thoughts scatter, and decisions feel heavy. In this storm, the untrained mind runs in every direction, searching for escape. But the trained disciple returns to the breath. Slow, deep, deliberate. Each inhale steadies the body. Each exhale clears the fog from the mind. What seemed tangled begins to loosen, and clarity rises from within. The ancients taught that the breath is the bridge between the seen and the unseen. You cannot hold the future, but you can hold your breath in awareness. You cannot control the outcome of events, but you can control how deeply you breathe through them. In this control lies mastery. A monk in training is tested not only in battle, but in stillness. When doubt clouds his vision, he does not seek answers in haste. He sits, breathes, and allows the rhythm of life to guide him. The breath teaches patience. It teaches that no storm lasts forever and that the inner flame can remain steady even as winds howl around it. To let the breath lead is to walk with wisdom. It shows direction not through words or signs, but through balance restored. In moments when confusion pulls you apart, return to the breath. It is the compass you carry always, the teacher that never leaves, the guide that turns uncertainty into calm direction. When life shifts suddenly, the mind fills with voices. Thoughts race, questions multiply, and noise rises like a restless crowd inside the head. Surprises, whether joyful or difficult, disturb the still surface of awareness. But just as muddy water clears when left untouched, the mind too finds its truth in silence. Silence is not the absence of sound, it is the presence of clarity. The Shaolin path teaches that to face the unexpected, one must not rush to speak or act. Instead, one must pause, breathe, and let the silence reveal what words cannot. In that pause, the hidden lesson becomes visible. The event itself is only half the teaching. The way you receive it is the other half. Many fear silence, thinking it is emptiness or weakness, yet the ancients understood silence as power. A single moment of inner stillness can carry more strength than 1,000 hurried reactions. It is in silence that anger softens, doubt dissolves, and understanding rises. A monk in training is often told to not answer too quickly. Let silence be your first response, for in that gap between stimulus and reaction, wisdom can enter. Life's surprises then transform from burdens into teachers, showing you where you are strong and where you must grow. To return to silence is to return to yourself. It is to lay down the noise of the world and hear the quiet voice of the heart. Each surprise, each sudden turn is an invitation to this practice, and in accepting it, the chosen one discovers that silence is not empty at all. It is full of guidance, strength, and hidden gifts waiting to be seen. Life moves in currents, sometimes gentle, sometimes fierce. The heart can rise in joy or sink in sorrow, and the mind often follows without restraint. Shaolin wisdom teaches that mastery is not in chasing the highs or avoiding the lows, but in walking the middle path with steady presence. Extremes scatter energy, cloud judgment, and leave the spirit unsteady. A monk learns to greet fortune without grasping and to meet hardship without fear. When a rare gift arrives, he bows silently, taking only what is needed. When difficulty comes, he does not resist, but allows it to pass through him, observing each sensation, each thought, each response. In this balance, energy flows freely and the mind remains clear. Balance is not passive. It is an active discipline that requires awareness and patience. Every choice, in food, in movement, in thought, in speech, is an opportunity to practice equilibrium. Too much indulgence weakens the body and dulls the mind. Too much denial hardens the heart and starves the spirit. Between these poles lies the point of strength where wisdom and power converge. Ancient Shaolin masters taught that a calm heart sees both light and shadow with equal clarity. They called it the strength of the river flowing, adaptable and unbroken by sudden storms. The chosen one carries the same principle, to remain steady as events shift, to allow the highs and lows of life to pass without being swept away. On this day, every moment is a chance to cultivate balance. In presence, in thought, in emotion, and in action, the middle way preserves energy, nurtures clarity, and sharpens mastery. Through this practice, the chosen one faces each surprise and each challenge with unwavering strength and calm insight. The unexpected often acts as a mirror, reflecting what lies hidden in the heart. When a surprise shakes the day, it is not the event itself that tests strength, but the response it stirs within. Anger flares, doubt whispers, fear tightens the chest. These are the inner enemies that wait for moments of distraction to take control. Shaolin wisdom teaches that true combat is rarely against another. It is a battle fought in silence within the mind. A monk may face an opponent with skill, yet without mastery over anger or fear, even victory in the world leaves the spirit unsettled. The untrained mind is the fiercest adversary, capable of turning small challenges into storms that scatter energy and cloud judgment. The chosen one today is called to witness these inner reactions without judgment. When doubt rises, name it. When fear appears, breathe through it. When anger flares, observe it as a wave passing over still water. Each moment of awareness weakens the power of the inner enemy. Each breath of clarity strengthens the mind's control over the body. Ancient masters taught that every obstacle reveals the unexamined self. Surprises are not punishments, but invitations to growth. They expose patterns that would otherwise remain hidden: impatience, attachment, resentment. By facing these without avoidance, the chosen one transforms weakness into discipline, reaction into intention, chaos into calm. Through this practice, the mind becomes a place of order even when the world is unpredictable. The inner enemy loses its hold, not through force, but through presence and understanding. Every surprise becomes a teacher, and every reaction a lesson in mastery. The chosen one learns that the greatest victory is not over the world, but over the restless mind within. There is a quiet power in moving without haste. When the unexpected arises, the mind urges immediate reaction, the body tenses and energy scatters like leaves in a storm. Shaolin wisdom teaches that true strength lies not in speed alone, but in the ability to remain rooted while flowing. Stillness in motion is the mastery of this balance. A monk walking through the temple does not rush, even when urgency calls. Each step is measured, each gesture intentional. Hands move with purpose, feet press into the earth with awareness, and the breath guides every motion. The world may swirl with chaos, but the mind remains calm, and the body follows with precision. This practice extends beyond martial technique. Eating, speaking, walking, working, each can be performed with stillness. The chosen one learns to meet life's sudden shifts without scattering energy. Even when surprise disturbs the plan, the presence of mind preserves clarity. Rash action may yield temporary gain, but deliberate movement creates lasting strength. Ancient masters likened it to a river flowing through rocks. The current moves continuously, yet does not crash against obstacles. It adapts, finds the path of least resistance, and maintains its power. So too does the practitioner who moves with stillness, responsive, flexible, and unshaken by sudden change. On this day, every unexpected turn is an invitation to practice this principle. Let the body act with intention, guided by breath and focus. Let the mind observe without being carried away. When motion and stillness coexist, even the most unpredictable moments become opportunities for mastery. The chosen one discovers that true strength is quiet, controlled, and unwavering, able to meet every challenge without losing center. True power is revealed not in what is taken, but in what is given. When life presents the unexpected, the first impulse may be to protect, to grasp, to secure one's own place. Yet Shaolin wisdom teaches that mastery grows when the chosen one responds with generosity, compassion, and calm action. Service becomes the measure of strength, the quiet test of character. In the temple, a monk may rise before dawn not for recognition, but to tend the gardens, to carry water, to assist those in training. These acts seem small, even mundane, yet each cultivates discipline, patience, and inner fortitude. When the world shifts suddenly, it is these moments of unassuming service that transform uncertainty into purpose. The chosen one today is invited to meet surprises not with resistance, but with contribution. A kind word, a helping hand, or simply listening with presence carries more power than any force applied in haste. Each act of service aligns mind and heart, turning reactive energy into deliberate action, fear into courage, and chaos into clarity. Ancient masters taught that true strength isolates no one. It flows outward, touching others with steadiness and calm. When trials arise, the disciple who serves freely strengthens not only those around them, but themselves. Service becomes a mirror, reflecting the discipline, compassion, and clarity that lie within. By embracing this principle, the chosen one discovers a deeper kind of power, one not dependent on circumstance, not measured by conquest or gain, but expressed through presence and giving. Every surprise, every unexpected turn becomes an opportunity to practice this teaching, to expand the spirit, and to walk the path of mastery with steady, compassionate resolve. Life rarely follows the script the mind imagines. Surprises arrive unannounced, twisting plans and unsettling expectations. The untrained mind reacts with frustration, grasping for control. Yet true mastery lies in the ability to act fully while letting go of the outcome. Detachment is not indifference. It is presence, focus, and inner freedom. In Shaolin practice, A monk moves with intention in every step, strike, and breath, yet holds no attachment to success or failure. The action itself carries its own weight, its own lesson. By releasing the need to control results, the mind becomes clear, the body steady, and the spirit resilient. Energy flows freely instead of being trapped in anxiety over what might happen. The chosen one today is invited to embody this principle. Perform each task with care, each decision with focus, each gesture with commitment, but let the results unfold naturally. The world is not ours to command, it is ours to meet with awareness and discipline. In this meeting, mastery arises, not from shaping the outcome, but from shaping the self. Ancient masters understood that attachment distorts perception. Desire for a particular result blinds the eyes to the lesson in the process. Detachment frees the mind to see clearly, to respond with wisdom, and to move with calm strength through uncertainty. It teaches patience, acceptance, and resilience, qualities that endure far longer than any fleeting success. When the chosen one acts with effort but releases expectation, each surprise becomes a teacher. Obstacles lose their weight, challenges transform into growth, and even failure becomes a step on the path of mastery. Detachment is the quiet power that turns the unpredictable into opportunity and the ordinary into practice for the extraordinary discipline of life. As the sun descends and the day winds to a close, the mind settles like water after a storm. Surprises that once stirred restlessness now soften in the light of reflection. Shaolin wisdom teaches that the lessons of the day are not in the events themselves, but in the awareness we bring to them. Gratitude becomes the lens through which understanding emerges, and through it, the power of unexpected moments dissolves. A monk in the courtyard does not rush to forget the trials of the day. He sits in silence, observing each thought and emotion without judgment. Every challenge, every sudden turn is acknowledged and held with calm attention. In this practice, the day transforms from a series of disruptions into a seamless path of growth. Each surprise becomes part of the training, each lesson engraved quietly into the spirit. Reflection is an act of presence. It teaches patience, humility, and insight. The chosen one reviews not only what occurred, but how the mind responded. Where impatience flared, awareness strengthens. Where fear or doubt arose, understanding deepens. Gratitude seals the wisdom gained, allowing the heart to carry it forward. The unexpected, once seen as a threat, becomes a teacher shaping resilience and clarity. In the circle of reflection, the day comes full circle, from breath at dawn to breath at dusk. The morning's discipline, the careful steps, the service, the detachment, the stillness in motion, all return in quiet contemplation. Each moment, once fleeting, now contributes to mastery. By embracing this practice, the chosen one recognizes that life is a continuous rhythm, and that every day, every surprise, is part of the unending path toward balance, strength, and self-mastery. September the 5th of May brings surprises, yet their meaning is found not in what happens, but in how the chosen one meets them. Each moment, each unexpected turn, holds a lesson for those who walk with awareness, patience, and calm intention. Through discipline, silence, balance, service, and detachment, the challenges of the day transform into guides for growth, shaping the mind, body, and spirit. The Shaolin way teaches that mastery is not in avoiding uncertainty, but in embracing it with clarity and composure. When the heart remains steady and the mind attentive, even the most unpredictable events become opportunities to practice presence, resilience, and understanding. Every action taken with full awareness leaves a trace of strength. Each reflection deepens wisdom, and every act of service nurtures the spirit. Carry these lessons forward into your daily life. Let each morning rise with purpose, each breath guide your steps, and each encounter teach patience and insight. Respond to the world, not with grasping or fear, but with calm awareness and compassionate action. In doing so, the surprises of life become not disruptions, but invitations to mastery. May the quiet wisdom of today settle in your heart. Let stillness guide motion, balance temper emotion, and gratitude seal the lessons learned. The chosen one walks the path with calm strength, ready for each unfolding moment, each new dawn. If this journey resonates, join us on Shaolin Soulfire. Like this video, subscribe, and return to these teachings whenever you seek guidance, clarity, or inner strength. May your path remain steady, your mind clear, and your spirit unshakable.